Imagine this, I'm sitting here one day, playing some Project Zomboid, and out of nowhere I hear this whisper in my head. Let's make a video. So that's what I did. If you would like to know my sandbox settings, mods or trades, they'll all be pinned under the video. And if you have any questions or ideas how to improve the future videos, please leave a comment below, your input means a lot to me. Let's go! On day 1 I spawned god nowheres thanks to pillow random spawns, and because I'm making this shit up as I go, I realized one thing. I'm gonna need a title. And then it actually hit me. We're in... oh shit. That's Louisville, isn't it? One thing you need to know, in my 1000 hours playing Project Zomboid, I actually never been here. Also, population was set to normal, with peaks set to rise up to insane over a year, so things will get a bit spicy later on. With all that said, I got my first weapon, a combat fork. After fighting a few more zombies, I found my first backpack and decided to look for a place where I could sleep. After just a short walk, I found a relatively safe house. I watched some Life and Living, got level in cooking and carpentry, also upgraded my weapon to a frying pan. Huge upgrade over a fork, not gonna lie. And rest of the day 1, pretty uneventful, so let's move to day 2. Started another day reading a book I found inside the house and doing my daily TV routine. Plan for today was simple, do a bit of exploring around the neighborhood and look for anything useful. On a small running track I found a zombie with a duffel bag, so I put my frying pan skills into use and bashed his brains out. Also found a car with some fuel left in the tank, so I went out looking for a better base location. Just few short steps away from my spawn point, I found a sweet looking warehouse, place that I will call home for next year. Also a crowbar that I immediately put into use. With no energy left, I parked my car against the wall and went to sleep. Days 3 and 4 went really quickly, killing more zombies that kept coming to my base, setting off alarm in the shop on the other side of the street, and leveling up carpentry so I can pick up the bed and stop sleeping inside of a goddamn car. The most exciting thing about day 5, honestly, just the morning fog and the fact that I brought the bed to my base and I can finally get a good sleep. And that brings us to day 6. After clearing most zombies from closest surroundings, I grabbed some food from the gas station just around the corner from my base. I managed to set off another alarm when I was trying to grab a fridge from nearby store. I've also had to start thinking about finding some books and magazines, so I put my eyes on a bookstore not that far away from my base, and decided to take Mr. Crowbar on a little walk. Later that day I came back to pick up that fridge, and after quick installation went to sleep. Which did not last long, as my dude decided to wake up at day 7 on 3 AM in the morning. Most reasonable thing to do was to stay inside and move some items until the sunrise. As soon as that happened, I went out and continued clearing my way to a bookstore. So I'm sitting here having a chat with my viewers on my stream, killing zombies, when I've heard it. I absolutely lost track of time and I forgot about the goddamn helicopter. I quickly ran into my car and drove off, hoping to lead as many zombies away from the base as I can. It took him few hours to actually fly away. Once arrived back to my base, I killed few zombies that made their way here. Thankfully, it was only few. It also started to rain quite heavily, so I decided to stay rest of day 7 inside. On day 8 it was still raining. Also at one point on the previous day I brought a popsicle fridge, which I absolutely forgot to put in the video. Rest of that day was dedicated to killing zombies and barricading my windows. Which brings me to day 9 and the incident. That day started as usual, still raining, but I decided to go out and keep killing zombies that stand between me and my books. And after a few hours I had this idea. What if I could find electrical skill books inside the new station building? Like, you know, what could go wrong? Actually, you know what? Let me just play this clip for you. Three lacerations, and I started to bandage my arm. I'm an idiot. Only thing left was to do walk of shame. An entirety of day 10 I spent in base, making sure I'm staying well fed, and yeah, that's pretty much it for that day. Following day, thanks to eating well and keeping my wounds clean, one of the lacerations already disappeared. Honestly, I expected it to last longer. And by midday I was able to go outside and slowly continue my progress towards a bookstore. The rest of that day went up quickly and I was really optimistic about reaching the bookstore next day. On day 12, alarm went off on one of the watches I looted from the zombies at 4:50 in the morning, so I guess early birds gets the zombie? I would like to use this moment to mention that I'm absolutely in love with the new lighting system. I mean, look at it, it's just beautiful. So yeah, back to killing zombies, this time in fog. Just before 1 o'clock I finally made it to the bookstore. Oh boy, I do hope they have electrical book or generator magazine.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
There were some good books, but nothing that I needed right now, so I left them for later. And with few hours left in the day, I decided to try my luck somewhere else. My first choice was South Louisville Elementary School. When I arrived, there wasn't that many zombies on the outside, and only few on the inside, so I was able to clear my way into the library pretty quickly. And again, not what I was looking for, but this time I grabbed all the books and magazines that I could, put them into the back of my car, went home and had some bigger plans for tomorrow. So, those bigger plans involve me sleeping till 11 and being late for school. Wait, what? Yeah, anyway, this time Evergreen Public. It pretty much played out the same as day before, few zombies on the outside, few trying to get me through the window, but this time luck was on my side.
Nice.
I grabbed all the stuff, all the books I could, packed them into my car, went home, made some food, read a book, and day was over. Day 14. Now, the only thing standing between me and my long-term survival was lack of generator, and according to AI Overlord, between 20,000 up to 100,000 zombies, and food, and my skill. Since for now I could fix only one, I went and grabbed myself a generator. After dropping it off, I found a small warehouse nearby loaded with loot and shelves that I'm definitely stealing from my own base. The rest of the day I spent dismantling crates and moving items around. Whole of day 15 I spent tidying up my base and putting up new shelves, and somehow I was left with an even bigger mess on the floor than before. I'm certain I will not clean that anytime soon. On day 16 was finally time to take a proper care of my base security. Mainly some walls and gates. I've also added mod with you know what? Spiky traps. But to build all of that, I needed some access, so I put my eyes on the nearest fire station. Here I would like to go on a little tangent. As of writing of the script, I have recorded 65 days. However, due to unstable nature of build 42, last update broke quite a few saves. Mine, thankfully, this time converted just fine to a newer version, but there's always a risk that it's just gonna stop working. Another point that I would like to touch is how much weaker your character feels compared to build 41. It's much harder to deal with bigger groups of zombies, and the fact that I started with fitness level 5 and strength level 7 definitely does not help with it. Later in the video I will try to remedy this by trying something, but the details I will save for later. Anyway, long story short, I got myself 5 axes, went back to base, cut down some trees and installed water collector on the roof that I plugged directly onto the sink. Next day I finally made it back to the bookstore from before, but my car attracted a welcome committee that I had to deal with first. Once inside, I grabbed everything, including some bookshelves that I will use later for my reading room. I walked past this red Franklin a few times already, and since the old owner suffers from a bad case of brains out on the sidewalk, well, it's mine now. The 18 started with a fog, so I made up my mind about which room I'm gonna use as library. One of the bigger problems I was facing at this point was that my food reserves were running a bit low, so it was time to visit a shop I've seen on my way to fire station, and well, I need a long-term strategy for high-calorie food. For now, that would do. There was also a barricaded house down the road, but there was nothing interesting inside, so I spent the rest of the day sorting my bookshelves. On day 19 I was looting some houses nearby, and outside of a very small jump scare, nothing happened. My panties were still clean, so let's move on. Next day I got up at 5 AM in the morning and decided to explore some buildings next to my base. One of them turned out to be a storage unit, where I found not one, not two, not three, 4 generators inside. So yeah, there's that. And another jump scare. No comments. It was still early in the day, so I took a car for another ride. I found 2 stores next to each other. One was a hardware store, second held tailoring supplies. But first, zombie killing montage. When I was looting backroom of tailoring store, something funny happened. A perfectly timed sound event. For a good second, I thought it was my doing. After returning home, I finally read all the magazines I've collected so far, also Fishing Volume 1, and yeah, basically went to bed. Day 21, I went back to fire station to grab some loot that I left behind, got 2 more dual axes, and really nothing more happened on that day, so moving on to day 22. And it was time to start cutting down some trees. Of course, some golf enthusiasts were not so happy about the idea, but they were quickly introduced to my axe. I managed 2 trips on that day. Beside logs, I've got some branches and saplings that I will use later for carving and making spears. Kicked off day 23 with turning all the logs into planks, which was painful as hell because for some reason after you saw them, they stay in your inventory. Yeah, that's how I felt. Thankfully, a good soul on my stream recommended me a mod that solves that issue. If only I wasn't stubborn as hell and I would install it straight away, but no, I decided to suffer for a few more days. For no reason. Well, except maybe, I don't know, fun? I guess? After placing just few frames, I leveled up my carpentry to level 4, so it was time to read another book. Before coming back and finishing up for today. Day 24 was going great. I built a gate, got carpentry to level 6, and then I realized I don't have skill book number 4. Yeah, another trip to a bookstore. If there was only a place in Louisville that had all skill books in one place. If only. After looting bookstore and not finding carpentry book 4, I robbed greens out of the food, got all the candy from $5 or less, and it became super late, so I just went home. And once again, I was saved by a viewer. Here's what I didn't know. There is an entire university with a library next to it. So yeah, that's my plan for tomorrow. And I overslept again. And there was super thick fog outside, which made things even worse. I just had to be extra careful today. I'm starting to feel I should be seeing a bit more zombies in Louisville. Even for normal population, but I guess we will see later. Anyway, once inside, I got most books I will ever need, with few exceptions, as library focuses mostly on books level 3 to 5, and there is no napping, aiming or reloading. So with that, I got all the books I could and went back home. My dude woke up in a panic in the middle of the night. Just in case I went outside to check for zombies. It was all clean, so I took some sleeping pills and went back to bed. Okay, that took way longer than expected. On day 26, electricity finally went out, and of course I forgot to bring generator to the gas station, so it was back to storage units to grab one. Turns out I missed quite a few floors in library, and on my way out, I had a surprise party waiting by my car. I was trying to take them out, but I quickly realized I don't have to fight them right now, and I've got more important things to do, so off I go! After waking up on day 27, I finally finished reading Carpentry 4 and spent the rest of the day cutting down the trees. Day 28, after spending half of a day in the same way, I decided to shake things up a bit, by spending the rest of the day sawing goddamn logs. Almost entirety of day 29 I spent building walls, and later on rebuilding section that I put with a lower skill. I did not like the look of it, just looked low effort. Also, I knocked down last carpentry book, yay! And that finally brings us to day 30. You probably guessed it, I had to build walls on the other side of the base now. If you wonder why the hell do I need so much space, well, I want to grow crops and have some animals in here, for, you know, long-term survival. Halfway through the day we got some heavy rain, but that did not stop me from going out and getting some more wood. And since day was almost over, it's time for a talk. Okay, if you're still with me, that was very brave of you to watch the whole thing. I mean, the only thing I suck more than editing videos is actually writing down the scripts. And while I know this part ends kinda anticlimactic, I didn't want to make this video any longer than it already is. If you're still here, please let me know in the comments what you liked, what would you like to see more of, what you think didn't work in this video. This is very important for me. My plan right now is to stick with 30, maybe 40 days per episode, depending on how much stuff will be happening on the screen, and at the end I will combine all parts into one big supercut style video. Also, all of it was live streamed on Twitch, so if you'd like to check it, there will be links somewhere in the description. Again, huge thanks for watching and have a wonderful time!